Well, hello, Goddesses and Adoni. Thank you so much for calling into our final Wow Call of 2016. It's been an incredible session, if I do say so myself, and I'm so glad that you decided to be a part of it. 2016. It's been an extremely exciting year so far. Can you feel it? From the moment you glued your dreams on your vision board with Steve Gamlin, you were ready to make this year your best one ever. I know I was. The energy that you have brought to this session has been nothing less than astounding. I see so much camaraderie, love, kindness, and support taking place in our WOW Facebook community. I literally feel your positivity and your joy. Big things are happening, and it's because of you. It takes each and every one of us to create the culture. You are an important part of why Athena's is such a special place to be. So before we launch into the learning, I'd like to take a moment to shout out to some goddesses and Adoni who are experiencing success in our warrior community. Let's start with Jen Madsen and Holly Farquhar. These ladies have met their WOW goal. Way to go, ladies. And I love that Holly had a $1,000 party and got all of her party guests to stand behind her and sing the song. Jacqueline Chapman from Arizona. All right, she joined in January on the 15th. She completed training and last weekend did not one, but 2 parties. And she's qualified, so way to go. $1,000 weekend, that's amazing. Kelly Sackett, who's been with us since December, she had a $1,000 party this past weekend. And Helen Gannon. Oh, Helen, she got to sing her $1,000 party song on her way home from her party in New Jersey. And she's singing all the way to the bank to make that deposit so that she can make her down payment for the Athena's Hawaii trip. Ah, Helen, I can see us hooling on the deck of the cruise ship now. Then there's Barbara Pebbles Rodriguez. Barbara got to sing her first $1,000 party song. Michelle Trudeau, she sang her first song to the tune of $1,100. And how about that Brett Palmer Halverson? I just love this guy. He is so dedicated, and he doesn't let any setback or small party derail him. Cancellations, he just dusts it right off, and he gets back on that horse. He had his second $1,000 party of February and celebrated a $1,500 weekend. That is why you never quit. Persistence always pays in the end. Melissa Thompson, our Nevada goddess, had her highest party so far at $700 and realized really quickly that that party paid for her first car payment of her new car. Katie Gwynn did 2 parties on Saturday and sold $1,000. Happy $1,000 day, Katie. Dawn O'Brien from New Hampshire. She had a $700 dildos and donuts brunch. Doesn't that sound super fun? Invite me next time. That sounds like a blast. I'd like to give a shout out to Nicole Whalen and Sharan Carlson and Lisa Rose, who rocked a bridal expo this weekend. They posted pictures that were just gorgeous. They looked gorgeous. Their table looked gorgeous. It was really so fabulous to see them represent Athena's so professionally. Beautiful ladies. Top new goddess of 2015, that would be Melanie Medeiros. She had herself a $1,735 party this past weekend with 11 women. Wow. Silet Strickland from Texas. She became the adult toy vendor at the Burlesque Experience in Dallas. That's pretty exciting, starting her empire out there in Dallas, Texas. So happy for you, Silet. Jim Kalos from Pennsylvania, speaking of empires, had himself a $1,000 party. Goddess Kim Boulay rocked a $1,000 weeknight party. You know, that's badass, Kim, showing us all that a $1,000 party can be achieved any night of the week. Angie James, she was singing and dancing outside a hostess's house this weekend, singing her $1,000 party song. She signed someone up there on the spot and was home before 11. Congratulations, Angie. And of course, Jamie Bluen from New Hampshire, award-winning team leader. She had a $1,500 party. Go, Jamie. Katrina Vidal, update on her Dildos for Wedding Bills campaign. She did 3 parties on Saturday and sold $2,000 in a single day. Wow. Go, Katrina. What did you pay for with that cash that you made over the weekend? I love that you posted a picture of all your cash laid out. And there was another pile of cash there that belonged to Kelly Quimby. I'm so glad that you ladies are getting together after your parties to spread out your cash and compare stacks. So glad. You know, it's just so much fun for me to see how great you're all doing. February was just an incredible month. There's no denying it. It was filled with prosperity. And I'm so happy for all of you, from those of you that had $400 parties to people that had $2,000 days. You're all creating success and abundance in your lives. And thanks for letting me be a part of it. It makes me really happy. So I hope that you'll continue to share your successes throughout March and April as those months unfold. And I'm putting together 2 bonus calls for WOW for the coming weeks, so watch for those. And of course, there's the March teletraining on Monday, March 28th. So if you miss having these calls to plug into, you now have something to look forward to. So before I turn the call over to Julianne Jones, I'll give you a special code word. Remember to listen carefully for code words as they occur throughout the call. The code words let us know that you are here and go towards your very valuable spoils of war. And your first code word, Goddesses, Adoni, Warriors, is mastering. Your first code word is mastering. M-A-S-T-E-R-I-N-G. So get ready, warriors. Here is some great information on managing social media. Here she is, your friend and mine, Julianne Jones.
Hello and welcome to the final video in this round of your WOW program. This is Julianne Jones, and I want to apologize. I've been fighting a bad flu/chest cold for the last week or so, waiting for my voice to get back to normal so I could record this training, and I've run out of time. So you're just going to have to get the sexy version of me today, which should not be a problem, and I appreciate your patience. So this time we're talking about how to use social media to build your business. In the past 5 years, social media has totally changed the way the world works, and especially the way direct sellers do business. Now, as we talked about last time during the virtual party training, you can even use the internet and social media to host parties now. Tools like Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and Twitter are all part of the social media explosion. So let's start by looking at a few of the ways that you can use the power of social media in your Athena's business. So first of all, you can find prospects who are looking for your products and opportunities right now. And this is the easiest way to do that, especially if you decide to step up a little bit and use some advertising on pretty much any of the platforms now. You can definitely provide better customer service, and it's more immediate than any time in the past, because especially if you have some of the tools on your smartphone that alert you when someone messages you through social media. You can respond almost immediately. You can position yourself as an expert that people will go to for product recommendations, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that in this training. You can build communities of people who want what you have to offer and who will refer you to friends of theirs, which is also huge in our industry. And you can support your growing team members and help them learn from one another as well. All of that will result in additional income for your business. Now, this does not replace your core business activities, things like booking parties, selling products, recruiting new distributors. Actually, what it does is it enhances these, because social media gives you access to more people, a lot more people, exponentially more people. It also enables you to specifically target your niche market through keyword searches so that your efforts are a lot more efficient and productive. So let's talk about finding the right platform for you. And I want to give you some things that you'll want to consider as you look at that, because it does vary depending on you. There are a couple questions that you're going to want to ask yourself so that you're strategically spending time building relationships on the right platform for you and for your customers. So first of all, where are your customers hanging out? When I first started using social media to build my online business in 2008, Twitter was the most popular platform and Facebook was just beginning to grow. So I invested a lot of time in Twitter. And what I started to figure out after a couple months was that most of the people that I wanted to reach, my demographic, were actually on Facebook and not even necessarily on Twitter, or if they were spending a lot more time on Facebook. And the way that Facebook allowed me to share supported my goals a lot more organically as well. So I switched my efforts almost 100% to Facebook. Second, where are you comfortable? So there's something to be said for avoiding the learning curve. So if there is a platform that you're already proficient at using, if you're a Pinterest junkie, or you really love Instagram, that would be a great place for you to start. Third, what is going to support you and what you need to share? So if you're sharing lots of educational videos and links, Facebook is your best bet. If you want to showcase some of your products with pictures, Pinterest works great. Instagram is one of the fastest growing platforms out there, but it's really only accessible from your phone. So you have to keep that in mind as well. I tend to be more of a computer girl, and so I haven't done as well growing my Instagram because I'm not generally in front of my phone because I work from home and I'm in front of my computer. So you get the idea. Finally, you're going to want to invest in your business. Well, if you want to invest in your business by using paid advertising or boosted posts, which I recommend because you can get a lot of traction for not a lot of money and you can reach people outside of your circle. If so, then you're going to want to look at which platform makes advertising the most simple and which ones are the most affordable. All of the big platforms have paid advertising options now, so it's really important to do some homework here and decide which one's going to work best for you. So, what about strategic sharing? How do you create value for your followers once you decide which platform you're going to use? How do you go about, no matter what that platform is, creating value? Because that's what creates loyal followers, and that's what's going to help you. So first of all, you want to build what I call brand you. Okay, so what that means is you are part of your company, but you're also an individual. And the best direct sellers set themselves apart from the other people in their company. They're unique by the way that they offer what they're doing, by the way that they do their parties, by the way that they help. And so you want to remember always that you're representing yourself and you're also representing your company. We're going to talk about that in a little while. The heart of social media is building relationships through providing valuable information. So when you provide information that people value, then they come back for more, and they're going to, as I said earlier, refer their friends. And also by providing information of value to your targeted niche market, you begin to position yourself as an expert, that others are going to recommend. That's the foundation on which you build a direct sales business online. And as I said in the last training, one of the best ways to do that is to create what I call likable posts. Okay, so make sure that the posts that you're posting are engaging your audience, that there are things that they're going to like or want to share, because that is what increases your visibility overall. And also use different types of posts to engage your audience on an ongoing basis. Not all pictures, not all status, not all video. Mix that up so that they're looking for your posts because they're always engaging and interesting. All right, so how do you create a social media strategy that supports you as you interact online? Well, first of all, you need to determine your objective. So why are you there on that platform? Obviously, hopefully to build your business, but are you looking more at getting customers, getting bookings, or recruiting new representatives, or maybe all three? But if so, that's going to dictate how and more importantly, what you share. So ask yourself this question and make sure you're clear. And you might even use different platforms for different reasons. So maybe Pinterest works great for your customer-driven goals, but maybe private Facebook groups work better for, working with your customers or your team. You want to brand yourself. And what that will be, what that's going to do is it's going to help you determine what you're going to be an expert on. So I know you're probably passionate about how your products support deeper connection in relationships. That's probably where you're going to want to focus. How does that look for you? The best adult toy reps whom I follow online share articles and tips about sex and relationships that I can relate to that make me want to learn more from them. You want to learn best practices and unwritten rules of engagement that kind of guide online interactions in social media. And we're going to talk about do's and don'ts of that in just a couple minutes. And always, and this is one of the most important tips I'm going to give you, always approach interactions from the standpoint of giving. What's in it for them? The more you give, the more you get. So I give away a ton of free information on social media and through my blog. And I was criticized for that initially. People said I was giving away too much. But what I found is that's helped me to build a thriving business as I've sold my information through programs because people trust me. And the mindset is, well, if her free information is this good, her paid stuff must be amazing. And it is. So sharing value solidifies you as an expert and helps people trust you. So this is really more, like I said a minute ago, it's a deeper brand you. You're branding yourself and you're really setting yourself up as an expert beyond just being a representative with Athena. So once you've selected your platform or a few platforms, then you're going to want to create an awesome online profile, and you're going to want to use that to drive traffic where you want it to go. Okay, so your About Me page if you have a website, or your Facebook business page, even your Facebook personal profile if you're using that, your company website page, that kind of thing. So I'm going to give you some tips for making sure that whatever your profile is, wherever it is, it's working for you. First of all, you want to use a great headshot where you are looking at the camera and smiling. I want you to think about this. You want people to engage with you, okay? And you could incorporate your logo on your picture, but don't just use a logo as your profile pic because they're not just going to engage with your logo. They want to purchase from you as a person. Secondly, make sure that you describe yourself, not your business, in your About section. Get a little bit personal. Again, people want to do business with people that they know, like, and trust. And one of the reasons I've been so successful on social media is because from the beginning, I pretty much shared about my personal life. And I actually once had someone hire me as their coach because she said, I know that you're a single mom who's in a new relationship and that you just bought a motorhome. And that makes you interesting to me and it means I can relate to you. And she knew that because she followed me on Facebook and because of the way that I shared. So get a little bit personal. And then you want to create links to drive people to more specific information. So what that means is, wherever you're wanting them to be, whether that's your corporate website or you have your own website or your Facebook fan page, make sure that you're incorporating that link into your profile so that they can find you in a more professional space there. I wanted to say right here, the keyword for this training is social. The keyword is social. All right, so let's talk about how you set up a Facebook business page. And what I want to do, now that you got the platform kind of figured out, I want to look at how you can use it to actually engage customers and grow your business. And I'm going to give you some proactive things that you can do that'll help. I want to start with Facebook because I think it's probably one of the most popular spots where we all sort of gather. So Facebook pages have changed a lot over the past couple of years, but they're still a good way to reach your target audience, and they can be used to really easily advertise on Facebook without having to do a lot of learning, because you can use Facebook boosted posts. So you can create a post on your Facebook page and then boost it very, very easily without having to know a lot about all the ins and outs of Facebook advertising. Make sure you're posting at least every weekday, and maybe twice a day if you can. And as always, you want to offer value more than selling. I never sell on my Facebook page. I offer value. I will sometimes lead people to a free webinar and I'll sell on the webinar, but I also always still give a ton of great information on that webinar. So, secondly, you could set up a Facebook group for interested customers. So If you do that, you can update it regularly with useful content, with links and special offers for them. You can do a little bit of selling in this group. It's a great way to keep in touch with your customer base on a regular basis, and it gives them a chance to interact with you and with one another. So you can provide useful information about your products, how to use them, as well as discounts and specials just for them. Schedule events for this group. You can do online parties where they can invite friends and you can do special calls that are related to your products that are educational. You can invite all of your current and former customers to join your group, and you can encourage them to invite your friends. So you want to give your customers a reason to interact with you. And that could be setting up opinion polls or contests, special offers. You can invite their feedback and engage them. You always want to be engaging people in these groups so that they're getting value from the groups. You could set up the expectation from the beginning that you're going to be providing special offers and events just for the people in the group. So there's a reason for them to be a part of that group that supports them. This is a targeted group of people who you know are interested in what you have to offer. So that can provide really amazing returns for your business when you approach that strategically and you balance value for them and offers. And because they're already essentially raising their hands and saying, yes, I'm interested, and they've joined that group because they're interested, you can market your products and your opportunity to them a little bit more often than you would on your fan page or your personal profile, as long as you provide a lot of value as well. And I'm going to talk about this in a minute, but do not add people to this group. It's an invitation and they choose to join. I cannot stress that enough. You'll make them more upset than anything if you're adding them without their permission. And then make sure that your name is a part of the group name, because that's going to brand you. So, it could be, and I'm not sure if you can use the Athena name or not. You'll have to check that with your corporate, but make sure that it's, better relationship tip customer group with Julianne Jones, or Julianne Jones better relationship tip customer group, whatever that looks like for you. You can also create a monthly newsletter. This is another great tool for connecting with your customers. You might already do this, but as you begin to develop a following and you build relationships online, you absolutely need some sort of an e-newsletter or a way to reach out to them at least once a month. You want to offer this once people have asked about what you do or have interacted or indicated an interest in your products or your services or your opportunity. So it goes without saying that your Facebook group members and other customers should be offered your newsletter. And I want to make it clear that I'm saying offered, okay? You want to make sure that you ask people's permission to add them to your email list. Never add someone without their permission. They shouldn't be surprised when that email shows up in their box. And actually, that's kind of against the law. So you don't want to spam people. Now, in that newsletter, you can include articles of interest to your customer base. You can include links to relevant information on the internet. You can sell in that if you want to. Not a lot. Make sure that, it's maybe 70-30 as far as the value that you offer as opposed to asking them to do something. But you can share events that maybe you have scheduled, like online parties, that type of thing. Lots of great things you can put in an e-newsletter. Social media can really help you provide better, more immediate customer service, like I talked about a few minutes ago. So you're providing valuable info related to your product line automatically when you're interacting, hopefully, with some of the tips I've shared with you. And that makes you a much more valuable consultant than somebody who just sells their stuff. That's why I want you to focus on brand you. So with you, your customer is going to get an expert that helps them make the best use of the product and the best choices as far as what to purchase. Now, because your customers are hearing from you regularly in that Facebook group and in your e-newsletter, they can reach out to you easily and hopefully with a simple click or a phone call. So they're aware of you because they hear from you regularly. You're creating a relationship and you're providing them with value. It's more of a long-term marketing strategy, but it's so much stronger in the end than just getting a customer, selling them something and letting them go. Now you want to be monitoring the conversations that your customers are having in your group. So you're in there often. You want to reach out when they have a question or there's a need. And the proactive approach really results in repeat business and referrals. So if somebody's posting something, make sure that you're there answering the question, private messaging them, and supporting them. That's what customer service is all about. Stellar customer service. That's what we're up to. This is another option that you might not have thought of. You can find popular bloggers with large followings of your target customers, so people who blog about relationships, healthy sexual relationships, anything like that, and find out if they will do a product review for you. So you send them a free product, they write a review with a link to your site or a Facebook business page or group, and you're getting great free publicity with your target market. So that's another great idea. And then this is a really simple thing, but you might not be doing it. As you move offline to more private conversations, you want to include a simple, well thought out signature at the end of your email with a link to your website, if you have a Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube channel, whatever. Everybody that you connect with in this way is going to see what you do, even if they're not necessarily a customer. Okay, so if I send a private email, this is my signature that you're looking at. And they have links to my website, my YouTube channel, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, where I'm the most active. And so they might, somebody who's not necessarily connected with me as a speaker or a trainer might click on that and discover something that they could use business-wise. So when you're providing answers in social media tools like Twitter, you want to offer to have people email you so you can provide them a more thorough answer. And at the bottom of every email is a link to your product. I use a really affordable online software called myesig.com, and that's what you're looking at here. And that allows me to add clickable links and a photo to my signature, and then it automatically adds it to every email I send out. So I can change it anytime if I update my picture or whatever. Just go to myesig.com and sign up, and it's super affordable. I want to say it's like, I don't know, $30 or $40 a year maybe. Really, really affordable. So I want to end by talking about the do's and don'ts of social media. And some of these we covered a little bit, but I thought it would be good to gather them all kind of in one place. So let's start with the don'ts. Don't openly sell except occasionally. And by occasionally, I mean rarely. If you do this too often, especially from your personal profile, it's spam. And you're going to annoy and alienate your friends and probably even your customers. So provide value and the sales are going to follow. The people that I see doing this the best online through their personal profile are like sharing how they use the product, which in your case might be a little bit weird, but they're sharing something relevant without saying, go buy this. And so people are reaching out and asking, how do I get that? Or how do I learn more? That's what you want. Be careful what you share about and always avoid hot button issues. Do not share inappropriate content. I never talk about politics or religion. And when I even intimate anything about that, it always creates a huge storm on my page. So I just avoid those two topics. And really any hot button issue, if you're a huge supporter of a presidential candidate, I wouldn't recommend, sharing that, certainly not in a business format, because you could alienate potential customers. There's something to think about. Everything you post could wind up on the front page of the New York Times or on the Today Show. So make sure that there we go. Okay. Make sure that you're thinking before you post. Okay, and this is more of a do than don't, but just remember, if it's not appropriate for your company, your customers, or your hostesses to see, don't post it. And if you're in doubt, skip it. Okay, there's even a television show now called The Internet Ruined My Life about people who posted things they wish they hadn't. So do not add people to groups without their permission. Ever, ever, ever. Don't have your customers do it. This is spam. It's a huge no-no. As we talked about last time, it can get you in big trouble with Facebook. Send them the link to the group and a really compelling reason why you'd love to have them join and let them make that decision for themselves. And don't ignore people. Make sure that you set up systems so that you respond to private messages and posts in a really timely fashion, okay? That's important. So make sure you have alerts turned on from your page or your group so that if somebody posts there, you get a message saying that they've posted so you can respond. Really important. Here are the do's. Think before you post, definitely. Remember, you're always representing your company and your company brand when you're online. So years ago, I had a corporate executive share with me that a consultant was sharing scantily clad pictures of herself while she was on a company incentive trip on her Facebook page. That does not reflect well on her or the company. And it doesn't help to convince the company that it needs to allow you to use social media to build your business. So be aware that you're always representing Athenas when you're out there for business on social media. Engage and interact on your posts and other people's posts. And like I said, set up notifications so that you're getting notified. And remember, you're building relationships. This is not a one-way conversation. You have to be engaging. Post often with value, but remember not to spam. So stay active, but you're not spamming them with offer after offer to buy your products or join your company. You're providing value. And then finally, ask for feedback and listen, okay? Ask your customers about your products and what they want to hear about, and make sure that you pay attention and listen so you can provide value for them. So that's all I have for you on this final video. Let's do a quick review of the 4 steps to successfully using social media to build your business. First, you want to find the right platform. Secondly, you want to make sure that you're sharing strategically and that you're always providing value for the people that are interacting with you. And finally, use tools to build relationships online. Thanks so much. It's been my great pleasure to be with you during this whole first quarter of the WOW program, and I'm looking forward to interacting with you more in the future. Go out and make it a great day.
Well, thank you, Julie. I hope that this final call provided value for you and will help you become a social media Jedi master. So what was your aha moment on this call? Please share them with me when you fill out your Google submission form. And just like that, the education portion of this session of WOW is now complete. I hope you like this format of front-loading the session with the learning and then leaving you the remaining time to just focus on selling. You have 8 weeks and 3 days to make your sales goal of $6,000. And even if you haven't sold a penny up to this point, it's only 2 $375 parties per week. If you have sold already, 2,000 or 1,500, you have plenty of time to reach this goal. I know you can do it because it's totally achievable. And you have March and April. These are 2 prime sales months to achieve your goals. Okay, it's time for me to give you the final code word and the instructions to submit it. Ready? All you warriors who listen and submit your code words and your aha moment by tonight, Warrior Wednesday, March 2nd at midnight, you have a chance to win an item from the new line. It's very simple to get entered. Open the email, the one that you received that contained this link, and fill in the digital form. Super easy. And I also posted it in the WOW community for your convenience. Can't listen right away? That's okay. You have until 11:59 p.m. on Friday, March 4th to complete and submit the Google Docs survey. By submitting this information, you will receive credit for WOW. Easy peasy. And now the final code word that you've been waiting so patiently for. It's media. MEDIA. So thank you to Julianne Jones for all the wisdom that she shared during this session of WOW with us. And Julianne will be back this summer. Stay tuned for more details as the year unfolds. Of course, we'll have something very special for you to help keep you on track and have your best summer ever. So thank you for being present, for committing to learn all you can to become a better business owner. Quality and continuous education is my gift to you, and thanks for accepting it. So please continue to share your successes in the WOW community. It's a beautiful place where we can support and inspire one another. I'll see you there.